Imagine a man so strict, so terrifying, so allergic to female independence that even the local sheikh dares not utter his daughter's names. Welcome to Palace Walk, where women look at minarets like they're glimpsing Mount Everest, and family conversations require pre-approval forms and emotional hazard pay. And our lead actor in this domestic drama, Al-Sayyid Ahmad Abd al-Jawad, part father, part dictator, part tambourine-playing philanderer. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the story of a man who rules his home with an iron fist and rules Cairo's backstreets with belly laughs and belly dancers. Let's dive in. Ahmad Abd al-Jawad, the patriarch of the Al-Sayyid family, is not your average Egyptian man. At home, he's a towering figure of sternness. He believes in absolute control, unquestioned obedience, and an alarming disdain for female brains. His wife, Amina, has been married to him for 25 years and has never left the house on her own. Let that sink in. 25 years. Even houseplants get to travel more. The daughters, Khadija and Aisha, are equally housebound, hidden away from even the most innocent male gaze. Ahmad doesn't just shelter his family, he smothers them. Not even the local sheikh who blesses his home is allowed to mention his daughter's names. Yet this very same Ahmad, once he leaves the house, morphs into a gregarious, tambourine-shaking party animal. He jokes, he sings, he drinks. And with his concubines, he drops the whole moral armor like a cheap outer robe. Mahfouz doesn't make us guess at this duality. He shows it clearly. Ahmad is both feared and admired. Among his peers, he's jovial and magnetic. Among his family, he is fear incarnate. Even his children are too scared to speak to him directly. They use Amina as a human postbox. Want new shoes? Need to drop out of law school? Better ask Mama to phrase it just right, or prepare to be roasted alive. Now Amina, oh Amina, sweet, loyal, tragic Amina. Conditioned into submission, she blames herself for everything, even when she's the victim. She spent her life thinking of Ahmad as flawless, even when she's not allowed to speak without his permission. So brainwashed is she that when Yasin, Ahmad's son from a previous marriage, encourages her to sneak out and visit a shrine while Ahmad's away, Amina goes out with little Kamal and ends up getting hit by a car. A car. After 25 years indoors, she steps out once and gets knocked down. When Ahmad returns and finds out, does he forgive her? Nope. He exiles her from the house. Only the collective silent rebellion of the children and a bold intervention from family friend Mrs. Shawkat convinces him to take her back. Ahmad's tyranny doesn't end there. He decides that Aisha, the younger and more beautiful daughter, cannot marry before Khadija, the elder and less attractive one. A cruel decree, but one that oddly enough shows a twisted kind of love. He fears no one will marry Khadija if Aisha is snapped up first. But when Mrs. Shawkat, yes, her again, requests Aisha for her son, Ahmad, miraculously relents. Aisha marries, and Khadija follows soon after with a marriage to Mrs. Shawkat's other son. Still, Ahmad's grip on the household doesn't loosen. He's always in control, until politics comes knocking.
Knock, knock.
The backdrop shifts dramatically in the second half of the novel. British soldiers arrive in Cairo. Tensions rise. The streets become battlegrounds. Ahmad, for the first time, spends the morning at home, nervously sipping tea and listening to rumors. His son Fahmy, once the quiet law student, gets radicalized. He joins the revolutionaries, risking everything for Egypt's freedom. We learn through Mahfouz's careful writing that Ahmad's sternness hides deep fear and insecurity. He's scared of weakness, his own, his wife's, his children's. He hides behind fury so no one can see his vulnerability. As the quote goes,
Ahmad did not forbid his son what he allowed himself merely out of egoism or authoritarianism, but because he was concerned about him.
Still, he cannot stop the tide of change. Fahmy's secret activism is exposed during a Friday prayer incident. A crowd accuses Yasin of being a British collaborator. Someone shouts that Fahmy is a revolutionary, thus clearing Yasin's name but blowing Fahmy's cover. Ahmad is livid. He demands Fahmy swear on the Quran to quit the resistance. But for the first time, Fahmy stands up to his father. He refuses.
How dare you!
Meanwhile, Ahmad's hypocrisy comes full circle. One night, after an illicit visit to a widow, British soldiers catch him and drag him to fill in a trench dug by revolutionaries. There, this once mighty man realizes he is powerless. He thinks to himself,
Should I reveal my lack of power to her? Should I seek help from her weakness after my power has failed? Certainly not. Let her remain ignorant of the whole affair.
Even Kamal, the youngest son, breaks rules. He defies his family to play with the soldiers, captivated by their songs and charm. Everything is, well, unraveling. Palace Walk, the first volume in the Cairo Trilogy by Naguib Mahfouz, winner of the 1988 Nobel Prize for Literature. Originally published in Arabic in 1956, translated by William Maynard Hutchins and Olive E. Kenny, this 498-page masterpiece is more than a family saga. It's the soul of Egypt before revolution. What struck me most about Palace Walk is how Mahfouz weaves the personal and political so seamlessly. Ahmad is not just a character, he's a metaphor for pre-revolutionary Egypt. His authority is respected not out of love but fear. His collapse mirrors the weakening of old regimes as the Egyptian people begin to resist. The Al-Sayyid family is a small-scale Egypt. Their domestic revolutions, Amina's exile, Aisha's marriage, Fahmi's defiance, mirror the nation's broader uprising. The novel is heavy, yes, but never boring. Mahfouz's prose is full of precision and observation. His metaphors are sharp, his similes spot on. The family drama feels lived in, not staged. Every decision ripples outward, affecting the characters' inner lives and the historical forces around them. Still, reading Palace Walk requires cultural context. If you try to impose modern Western ideas of gender and family onto this book, you'll miss the point. The value of Mahfouz's writing lies in its honest portrayal of his society, his time. It's a difficult book to review, not because it's bad, it's brilliant, but because it defies easy labeling. Domestic fiction, political allegory, family epic, historical realism, it's all of those and more. And while I love the story, I'll admit, I wished for a different translation. Some of the dialogue felt stiff, but Mahfouz's genius still shines through. Palace Walk was part of my top 100 books reading challenge, the Chunkster Challenge, and the Africa Literature Reading Challenge. Let me tell you, this book delivered on all fronts. It challenged me. It made me angry. It made me laugh at the absurdity of Ahmad's double life. It made me think about how revolutions, both political and personal, begin slowly, with silence, with small acts of defiance, with sons saying no and mothers stepping outside. This is not just a story of a family. It's the story of a country on the edge of transformation. And Palace Walk? It's the tambourine beat that leads the march. Read it. But read it wisely. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.